Yo, welcome back to 5QS. This is episode 9. I'm Ed. I got Mark to my left, Vic down there, and then we got Jeff right next to him. So, it's been a while. It's been a long time. We missed the playoffs, but we're back here. We got a lot to cover.
Recap.
So, we're going to start off with what we missed when it comes to basketball, going straight into the recap of the playoffs. But before we get into that, we'll go over the winners of the awards like MVP, DPOY, and see what thoughts y'all have about that. So starting with that, we got 6th Man of the Year, Nas Reed. I feel like that's pretty legit. That's pretty legit.
Valid. That's so valid.
Legit, very legit. Clutch Player of the Year, Steph won it. And then Coach of the Year is, how do you pronounce the Thunder coach name?
Mark Gallant.
Our apologies.
Yeah, my apologies, but he
looking
did
at the
deserve the award. I feel like
pronunciation,
he deserved the award. Either him or Chris Finch. I wouldn't mind either way. And
You
then,
know what's crazy? I wouldn't mind Jason Kidd getting in there because he did a lot.
Yeah,
It was like the
surprisingly.
fifth seed,
fair,
though.
But not during the
like,
season.
It's a regular season
It's a
award.
regular season award.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Executive of the Year, Brad Stevens.
Of course.
Fucking with it. Jokic won the MVP. How do y'all feel about that?
Undeserved.
Undeserved.
Facts. I would have rather them gave it to obviously seeding does play a role, but I would have rather them gave it to SGA.
I mean, that was
I
one seed.
understand that.
Or
It was one
Luka,
seed.
yeah.
Nuggets was a 2 seed.
But
That's
Or
what
the
I'm saying,
3
no,
seed.
Thunder was the 1 seed.
Thunder
The
was
Thunder was the
that's
one
why I would
seed.
rather him giving it to SGA. He showed that he was definitely the most valuable player, not only for his team but for the league, for real.
Even in the playoffs, it showed. Even when his other teammates wasn't picking it up, he still hooped. I feel like he could have won that MVP award.
Everybody was talking about voter fatigue, and I always said that was cap. It was just always knew.
I feel like it's an on and off thing because
How?
you think about the 2010s. If you really think about it, if voters fatigue wasn't a thing, I feel like LeBron would have made more MVPs than he has now. If you know what I mean.
And I feel like in a sense, voter fatigue is kind of it's a thing. So for example, right, if there was a more if it's not as debatable, then they'll just give it to Jokic. We'll give it to the guy that already kind of has a legacy built to keep adding on to it. Oh, you know what I'm saying? If SJ was averaging 35 or something crazy, it would have been all right. We won't give it to SJ because it's not even close or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But when I feel like when it's close, they kind of
They
They
give
give
the
it to
answer.
the guy that got the rank already. Yeah.
I don't even know about that.
I don't like
I don't
that.
even know about that because you
yeah.
think about Giannis. Giannis had another great year, but he wasn't even in the top 3 for MVP. If you know what I mean.
but the Bucks wasn't record-wise wasn't.
What was the Bucks, the 3 seed?
Yeah, something like that.
Wasn't the Nuggets a 3 seed?
I just know they
But
got
you gotta
bounced
think
out
about
the
the
first
Western- I
round.
think
I don't even know what them
not
boys
standings.
doing.
Records, too.
Overall standings. I don't know where the Bucks stood at.
Yeah,
Records,
it's
too.
please.
I know the East was trash. I know not trash, but
It was the
It was
Celtics
the
and then in the
Celtics
gap
and everybody
then
else.
huge
huge
gap, and then
100%,
they would have
yeah.
been if they was in the West, they would have been the 5 seed or 4 seed, something like
fourth
that.
or fifth. I understand that. All right, so Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert got named Defensive Player of the Year. So
I'm not mad at it, bro. I
It's a
feel
regular season award, so I guess yeah.
I'm not
I'm
mad.
not-
at
I'm
it.
not mad at
But they
it
had
either.
the number 1 defense, I think, or something like
Yeah,
that. I'm
and
really
he
not
held
mad
it
I
at
feel like that's
Yeah.
a collective thing though, bro. That's not really on one player.
I mean, it's not, but he the anchor of the whole defense.
yeah, if you
but
think
who else
about
would
it,
you give it to? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
AD probably. AD could have got it.
AD,
Easily could have got it.
Wemby.
Mm,
Oh, with the
God.
blocks, with all the
That's
blocks.
I picked. That was what I wanted.
I'm
That's
not
an
gonna
insider
lie.
job right there, y'all.
Yeah.
Blocks,
That's
them blocks.
an
on
insider.
Could
cold
start that
weight.
legacy up early.
But man, you think about it now. How many DPOYs did Rudy Gobert got?
4.
right?
Instant Hall of Famer.
You was a Hall of Fame after the second one.
Yeah, after the second.
Instant
Yeah.
Hall of
Probably
Fame.
after the first one, knowing the way.
Nasty work.
NBA Hall of Famers. Yeah.
All right. Speaking of Wemby, he won Rookie of the Year.
No shock.
I feel like nobody disagrees with that one. And then Most Improved went to Tyrese Maxey. I feel like that's solid. I mean,
It's a hard one because he was already improved.
yeah, he was already nice.
I would
I
have rather
would've-
gave it to Cody.
Kobe
Would've-
White
Kobe,
could have had it, but I feel like it was close either way. So
Yeah.
I'm not too mad at it. So going over the first team, you got Giannis, Luka, SGA, Jokic, and Tatum. Second team,
Tatum made first team.
yeah. Second team, we got Jalen Brunson, Anthony Davis, KD, Anthony Edwards, and Kawhi Leonard. And then,
made second team over Bron.
yeah, he made second team. And then third team, Devin Booker, Steph, Tyrese Halliburton, LeBron, and Montes Sabonis.
Nice. Shout out Sebo.
Kawhi
Yeah.
making second team over Bron.
Sebo a
That's
dog.
crazy.
Yeah,
man.
I'm not gonna lie. Kawhi making second team is a little bit questionable, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But any thoughts on the all NBA teams? Anything y'all would change besides the Kawhi thing?
I probably wouldn't make Jason Tatum first team, but that's
He had a good season.
Yeah, where you? Where
I don't know who I put over him.
Who you putting over
But
him?
like,
I don't know who I put over him. That's the problem.
That's kind of love. I just don't feel like the year he had
KD maybe?
No,
I wouldn't put KD over him.
Tatum had one of his best seasons, but it's the first year they did it where it's not position.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
not
okay.
Oh, it's not position based.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to think. Like, is Tatum really the best at his position?
So they just go like top. They just go top five.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. That's.
I mean, like, yeah, you
That
got, like,
changes things.
forwards like Giannis is better than him, but like,
That's what I was thinking. Like,
but Giannis is on the first team already.
already.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
That makes a lot of sense.
moving
I
on
wouldn't
from
object
that.
to it.
So getting into the playoffs. So obviously, the Celtics won the championship. Got to put up my chain.
Just
But
couldn't wait, huh?
the finals
Still
happened,
talking.
so it was between the Celtics, the Celtics and the Mavs. It went 5 games. The Celtics
Sick of them
won.
boys, man.
Jaylen Brown won Finals MVP. Everything's right for me. What are y'all thoughts about the finals?
Me personally, I didn't like it.
Dallas didn't.
I like the outcome.
Honestly, Dallas never had a shot. No funny.
For me, it was I really expected. I ain't gonna lie to you. I knew it was gonna
Honestly,
go. I thought it was gonna go to distance though. I didn't think it was gonna be that quick. I didn't think it was gonna be in 5. I at least thought we was getting 6, 7 games.
I was thinking
But
6.
I kind of I knew Kyrie would kind of struggle just because the tall guards that Boston had, and then it's just like matchup wise, bro. They just didn't. And I knew Luka was gonna
that's
get
what it
his,
was,
bro.
Yeah, exactly.
And this was the first series where Luka was gonna actually have to defend compared to
Any
the rest of the
other
playoffs. Because the rest
series,
of the playoffs, like I think all the 3 teams they played, because they played Clippers, he would probably guard like Zubac or something in the corner.
Yeah.
Second round, who they played? They played the Thunder. I don't know who the Thunder power forward is, but he probably just sitting in the corner.
Williams on the Williams kids.
They probably sit on like Lou Dort or somebody who
Yeah,
who don't
you
really
know what I'm saying? Just gonna shoot, and then in the Timberwolves series, he was just guarding Rudy. You know what I'm saying? Or not guarding Rudy, but,
But
you
he
know
was
what I'm
just
saying?
hovering.
Yeah, so it's like
Celtics don't got nobody to where you can just like sit on.
Yeah,
You know?
everybody on the lineup can get 20 at any point. I mean, Al Horford not really, but he can. You give him 6 open shots.
He gonna
He gonna hit him.
Yeah, he gonna-
So
He's
it's like,
still somebody you got to worry about.
so it's like, yeah. So this is the first series where he had the guard, and it definitely showed.
Yeah.
I feel like the overreaction was a little too much. Like, I feel like people started acting like Luka's like the worst player in the world, stuff like that. It's a little too far.
Yeah.
But it was kind of expected. I think Kyrie at the stage where people kind of like that 2016 holds so much weight.
Yeah.
That's like, I feel like people aren't living in it now, and they're not realizing Kyrie's still great, but it's not 2016 anymore.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
I feel like that's what people's expectation was when they were coming into the finals.
Yeah,
Because I mean, with the series before the Timberwolves, he was,
lights up.
Yeah, he was cooking.
Lights up.
and then what was it was the Thunder one. Was the Thunder when he was struggling?
Oh yeah, the Thunder.
Yeah, Thunder he was struggling, and then that
He
the
was
same
kind of
thing.
like on and off in the first round too, you know.
Yeah, and so whenever he plays like those taller guards, it's like, I mean, it's a little.
A little tough.
Yeah, when it got to like the semis in the West, where the teams was left was the Mavs, the Thunder, the Nuggets, and the Wolves.
You kind of.
As a Celtics fan, I would have wanted to play the Mavs because that was the easiest matchup out of them 4
swear.
teams.
Yeah.
So once they got
said that.
matched up in the finals, I was like, yeah, this
I think
kinda
Nuggets
easy
would have
money.
probably gave y'all fits just because
Yeah.
Jokic. Like
Yeah.
I feel like just defense.
Nuggets would have been a tough
defensively
matchup. The Wolves would have been a better matchup, honestly.
Dallas would have just had to play some of the best basketball you'd ever seen.
Yeah.
For them to win, bro. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna, from the jump, you kind of knew like Dallas was literally gonna have to play perfect every single game. And it wasn't happening, bro. It just literally wasn't
We
happening.
needed Kyrie would have had to average like 28.
28.
And then
Luka would have to do
Luka
45.
would've
Like
been-
it would
yeah.
have to be. I'm talking about like Tim Hardaway would have to do 12 and 15. Like,
Our
And
role
the thing
players would
is,
have
the
to step
Celtics
up.
Step up.
wouldn't even have to play their best basketball to beat them.
not even close.
They didn't play the best.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
not
yeah.
even
I've
close.
seen
KP
the
was
stat.
on the
Not
bench.
even
Yeah.
close.
I seen a stat. This was actually the worst basketball stretch they played the entire season.
Wow.
Those 5 games, the worst stretch of basketball they played.
Yeah, the shooting was
Offensive.
terrible, but like
That was
the
their worst offensive stretch. That was crazy.
That's terrible.
But I gotta present a question. So
I'm
like
shocked.
for Luka, right? You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I feel like this is the first playoffs we kind of seen. Like, I feel like we already know kind of Luka like a pretty competitive person. He gets out of his body and things of that nature. But
Terror.
going forward, do you feel like there needs to be a change in that? I mean,
No.
Obviously we see. I feel like you don't think there need to be any type of change in the way he acts.
I think.
In terms of like, you know what I'm saying, pouting on
what you're saying. I
defense,
see what you're
throwing
saying.
tantrums and stuff. He's arguing with the ref and then they getting a fast break done and stuff like that.
I see what you're saying, but like.
And who calls him out? That's my question.
And that's what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
If your star player is coming like that, that's the culture in this hoe. That's the culture. We all got to be coming off like y'all can't play with us like that. Like, and you know what's funny? I feel like Luka kind of embodies how Dallas is in an odd way. Like, Luka's play style is very much like I don't know, Dallas. Like the way he run up the court, the way he talk trash on threes, the way he even plays defense is almost like lax, but we still get into the ball. So I don't want Luka to ever, at least for me, knowing that what he's done for Dallas and the organization, I don't want him to stop being himself. It's up to the organization to let the fans know, to let the teammates know, to let the organization know, let coaches know that, hey, this is who he is. And if y'all not fired up like him, we don't want you here.
I feel like even like Luka's slip ups are like kind of like they're major, but like if you think about it in the grand scheme of things, they kind of minor.
Because of who he is.
Yeah.
If it was anybody else, what are you doing?
Anybody
Anybody else, we getting on him. But because of Luka's play style and really just the way he approaches the game, you almost are like, all right, it's Luka, whatever. Because you know he's going to come down the court and match 3 in a row. Yeah. And now we back up. Or we got a chance to come back. So it's like you can bear with that fire.
Not so the fire. I don't think the fire is really necessarily the problem. Because like, I mean, being competitive, I don't think that's the issue. I like that. I mean more so like just like the
extra
fast
yeah,
breaks where you arguing with the ref.
That's what it is.
That's
It's like it's
extra.
minor, but it's major at the end of the day. And I feel like that just comes with it. Like it's his first finals run, so I feel like next time around he might be like more cautious of it.
I'm rocking with that, but he's been playing professional since he was 16.
And he's
So
been
it's
the
like-
same guy.
They was probably moving like
since
that in Europe
16
though.
too.
But he's still
Yeah,
only 25.
I feel like-
It's gonna come with age.
I feel like when he was in Europe, I feel like that was cool. Like,
And he won titles over in Europe too with that kind of fireness. You know what I mean? That high level.
But I feel like he realizing he can't do that in the NBA because people get up and down the court really fast, so you can't really talk to nobody while you're doing that. So
you gotta stop the pouting. You just gotta keep
Yeah.
going. He's got a lot of stuff he's got to clean up.
yeah,
As a Mavs fan, does that bother you at all? Like, do you think that could become a problem in the future to where that plays a role in y'all losing games?
No,
I mean,
because
it
I
was
think
a
I think
problem.
that's gonna come with
I didn't think
age.
it was
I'm
a- I
telling
didn't
you,
think it was a
he's
problem.
25 years old. It's something. I think something's gonna shift eventually.
Mm.
I know he's been doing it since he was 16, but at the same time, he was 16.
True.
Yeah.
So it's gonna just come to age. It's gonna come more maturity. He's gonna get a little bit older. And I think it's gonna clean it up easier. I'm more worried about the defensive side of things and like the athleticism
I'm
and
not
stuff
worried
like
about his
that.
defense. I don't know why anybody would be worried about his defense. His
I
offense
think
is his defense.
I think the problem is when you're facing teams like the Celtics.
See,
Every
I
other
agree
team
with
was
you.
cool.
I feel like there has to be some sort of effort though.
Yeah,
I do agree with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like
How much effort would you consider you would need from a guy like Luka with his play style? Like,
bro, he
on
was
defense,
like
on
getting blown
defense.
by every
He's
single
getting-
like.
But
I
I
agree
understand
with
that. Understand that. But how much effort? Like, if you were to grade it,
I
how
feel
much
like
effort?
I at
would you
least
think
want to
you
see
need?
like Jokic. Like, I don't know if you remember in 20, I think it was 2020 or 2021, whatever year it was. Whenever like Jokic was getting like violated for his defense, it was like man, he's trash. He's the worst defender. Like he's still not a great defender, but you see like he's in passing lanes. He's you know what I'm saying. He's rim protection. He's like a presence on the floor. Like he's not a liability on defense. You know what I'm saying. He might not be like a
Great
plus,
defender,
but
yeah.
he's not a negative on your defense.
I feel like
on
it
your
might just be
defensive
a conditioning thing, you know.
So if Luka
Yeah.
can get that, well, if Luka can at least provide that, because he's bro like 6'8",
Like when he tries, he can play.
That's what I'm
defense.
saying.
Yeah.
Like I've never.
I feel like he needs more conditioning so he can try more. You know what I mean?
But he doesn't want to overexert himself, and because he doesn't have as much.
And
conditioning.
this is what I've always said. Dallas should just put a bunch of 3-and-D boys around.
They did.
And
wasn't good 3 and
I mean,
they
tried.
They tried.
Hey,
They pretty
what's
decent.
the
But
name?
but you see what I'm saying? That we've been saying this for years. You put average 3-and-D guys around, y'all made it to the finals. If you put actually above average, give him a.
But that don't grow on trees though. I feel like
Of course
Yeah.
doesn't
it
go on
sound better
trees.
than like it sound
But,
good.
I mean, if you
but
can find Luka, I didn't know who Luka was coming in the draft. I'm not gonna lie, did y'all? So if
I mean,
you
I
can find
talk
Luka,
about
you
it, but I
can't
ain't
tell
doing
me you can't find no random 3-and-D kids that can play ball and get y'all where y'all need to go.
that sounds good on
Fine,
paper,
yeah, it
but-
sounds good.
It
but
sounds
like,
sweet, and I know it's possible because they showed me it's possible.
Yeah.
It sounds sweet, but I don't have a problem
They
with how
got rid
Luka
of
play ball.
what's the name? Tim Hardaway yesterday.
Tim Hardaway.
Who
Quentin
they
Grimes.
get?
He was the biggest.
Quentin Grimes.
Yeah,
He
good
was.
shooter.
That was a big disappointment for me personally in the finals. I do want to say that if Tim Hardaway
I think it
would
was all mental, bro. 'Cause
Yeah.
he at some time, bro. I feel like at some point I watch him and he'll just get like a microwave. He just go for like
Yeah.
Man.
in the finals he did. I think he scored like 6 straight.
He had like
threes.
5 threes in one
But that was
quarter.
like a record. Like
Yeah.
it was like him, Ray Allen, and Curry was the only player to hit 5 threes in a quarter or something like that. I'm like, bro, this is that is crazy. I'm like, bro,
Tim Hardaway.
And he did that for one game. Did not do
Salute.
nothing
that's
else.
greatness. And then, like,
Man, but that's my thing, bro. That's why I'm really disappointed in Tim Hardaway. Because if he would have showed out, been more consistent, I think Dallas has a much higher chance. I don't think they win still, but I think just knowing that, okay, we can kick it out to Tim, he can crack it through, or we can kick it out to Tim, Tim can do something with the ball when Luke is off the court, because Luke was playing hurt all finals.
Yeah.
From
playoffs.
Really all playoffs. Yeah, I was just about to say from really the
First round.
I feel like
I'm not joking. Every time Luka's cooking, bro, he's having the time of his life, skipping on the court, dancing, in the Dougie.
After that, Luka questionable.
But once like they down, bro, he start limping on the court, grabbing his knee. I'm all right, bro.
He over here looking
But
at his elbow.
one thing I've noticed with Luka in these finals and this playoff run is that while most of these teams, when he was on defense, they gave him chances to rest. He wasn't really like he was standing around. He was chilling and stuff like that. And then when he got back to offense, he got to cook.
Yeah, I like that.
Celtics.
Yeah, Celtics ain't giving him that chance.
He ain't giving him that chance, and that's what got him. That's literally what got him. They had a game plan all the way up until they faced the Celtics.
2 early finals predictions for next year. Do you think Dallas go back? I know Celtics going back. Celtics definitely going back.
I like Memphis.
Memphis from not making playoffs straight to the finals.
Ja's back.
Ja's back. I mean,
Ja's a difference.
Man,
I think
the West
Zach
is
I think
so
Zach Edey and him gonna be a nice
violent,
duo.
though, bro.
And they just drafted.
Man,
I think Edey and him gonna be a nice duo.
Man, the West is so packed.
Nah, Ja's the difference.
Though, but the West
You
is
got
so
Edey,
litty.
Ja, and then
Ja
Jaren
Jackson.
Jaren
That's a
Jackson.
nice little rim
And then you got
protection.
Bain still.
Ja can get back to normal.
Ja's not
He's
going nowhere.
giving
He's going to give
problems
SGA
with
problems.
MVP race.
He's going to give everybody problems. That's what I'm saying.
He
But
giving
like,
the MVP race problems.
the Nuggets too.
Oh,
bro, like,
Warriors if they get PG. If they get PG, Warriors get PG.
But like who they giving? Like it depends
Give
on who
him
they
Clay
give
Like
up.
Wiggins probably or something like that.
we have to have this.
Wiggins for PG. That's it.
We have to have this conversation.
Oh, wait.
Remember he's a free agent.
Yeah,
so
he's
like,
a
it'll
free
probably be a
agent.
signing trade though. So
Okay.
Just make contracts
If they
match.
got Warriors got the space, yeah.
You think PG moved the needle for them boys?
I believe in Steph Curry. I think Steph Curry is still the most dangerous player, one of the dangerous players in the league.
That's legit. That's a legit.
I
that's
think,
a solid-
bro, when
That's
Curry's
legit.
hot, bro, when
Yeah,
Curry going,
who's better?
it's
I'm not gonna lie.
very
That's a
spooky.
scary man.
When he start hitting that shimmy, it's spooky. I promise you this.
yeah,
And
start looking away after threes.
I'm not even like the biggest Golden State fan, but if they get PG, I'm a little spooked. I can't lie to you.
I'm not
We
spooked.
counting the Wolves out?
No, but it's Rudy and Cat.
I can see them being successful at least one time.
Yeah.
I can see them hitting the finals at least once.
I think they
just-
problem like this playoffs was like they didn't have another playmaker, and then the playmaker they did add was what's his name, shot creator. The shot creator they did add was a rookie, which is Rob Dillingham.
Yeah.
So it's like I feel like rookies don't like contribute to playoff success off the rip. So you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's more so
See
like a
what you're
long
saying
term
though. Ant first real playoff time, like really getting his grip saying, you could tell he was tired. Like you could tell he had definitely burnt himself out in
It's
the
the only shot creator.
Like
There's
literally,
nobody else.
his
creating.
name was going crazy. He was looking like Steph sometimes, just running around trying to make plays, but he was so tired.
he's
Sometimes
gonna
guarding the other
And
team's best player.
exactly,
He is
he's
gonna get that
he's
together.
He's
definitely
gonna
in
get
the
better.
offseason. He's definitely gonna pick it up. So
Oof.
the West is about to be. I don't know. Yeah, the
And they
West
keep
is gonna
getting
be
more
jam
stacked.
packed. The West is gonna be jam packed.
And New Orleans just got DeJounte.
Oh yeah, and they still got Bi.
They still
Yeah.
got
Yeah,
B.I.
y'all
He
think
probably
y'all
on the
gonna get
move,
rid of
though.
anybody?
I think
You
B.I.
said
gonna
what?
move.
Okay, cool.
You said B.I. on the move.
I think B.I.
Where you
gonna
think
move.
you
I
gonna
would
go?
keep Bi.
I don't know where he would go, but I think he would be on the move.
Yeah.
Where would you send Bi if you could?
He's actually a good player that people need.
Bro, I feel like B.I. bro so strange, bro, cause like he can score like damn near with the best of them, but it's like so inconsistent though. So I feel like he's better suited as like a 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So wherever that can be, I don't have like a team in mind, but wherever that situation is where he can just
Who looking for?
be a
forward
primary
right
scorer, I don't have to worry about being the leader of the team and things of that. I'm not saying he's not a leader, but just in terms of like
doing a role.
being a focal point of the team
you
offensively.
don't like him on the
now? What happens if you throw him on like the Cavs or something?
I just said that. Yeah, I
that would like that a good.
The
The
Cavs.
Cavs would be nice.
I sent him to the Cavs instantly.
throw him on the
D-Mitch.
Cavs.
Yeah.
And him and D-Mitch might do something.
It's not bad. I'm not a fan. Oh, the Knicks.
Ooh.
Didn't
Knicks,
forget
y'all got enough forwards though.
Knicks.
Y'all good.
No,
Y'all-
I'm talking about the Knicks like in the finals. That's what I was talking about. I was talking about Knicks in the finals. He must have missed some.
Good luck with that one. Good luck with that one.
I swear,
But
I
y'all
swear,
made some good
How
moves.
you think you getting past them boys?
Bro, we was in the Eastern Conference with the whole starting 5 hurt. We made the Game 7 Eastern Conference
I
Finals.
actually
The entire
agree.
starting
They
five.
finna be dangerous.
I'm not
I
gonna lie,
agree heavily.
That
though.
is true.
That entire starting
But
5 we
that
had.
is true,
That
but-
entire starting 5 that made the Eastern
And
Conference
y'all
Finals
just
is now
got
our
Mikal
bench.
Bridges.
That's our bench now.
I think.
Except Brunson. 'cause
I
Brunson
think
got
they're
hurt
gonna be
in the middle of
dangerous. I'm not gonna lie. I agree.
They're gonna be nice, but man,
They not getting
y'all
past
went to
Boston,
7 against
man.
the Pacers.
With Brunson,
With
Mikal
the entire
Bridges.
starting 5 hurt. Bro, that entire starting 5 that went to the Game
I mean,
7
I get
is
that,
now
but
our
like,
backup. That's our
there-
bench now.
There's a gap between the Pacers and the Celtics. You know what I mean?
Massive.
Bro, that is now our bench. Our bench went to the Eastern Conference Finals. I feel like nobody's like understanding that.
You know what's
that was our
squad.
bench. Our bench was on a game 7 in the conference finals.
I hear what y'all say.
I hear what you're saying. Though, honestly though, if Tibbs keep running y'all how y'all running, y'all just gonna be in the same position y'all was like this year, next year.
Not really, but I ain't gonna lie. A lot of the injuries like freak injuries, like Julius Randle was like he like went for a layup and like somebody.
Injuries when Tibbs playing them boys 98% of the time.
Bro, he don't. Bro,
freak injuries.
He played him a lot in the playoffs because everybody was hurt. The Julius Randle injury was like
during the season.
But the Julius Randle injury was like he fell on his shoulder. That don't got nothing to do with Tibbs like at all. It was like a 7
I
point
bet you
game,
that
10 point
happened
game.
in the fourth quarter.
It was a
blowout
10-point game. No, it's 2 minutes left in a 10-point game.
Don't need to be in. Don't even need to be on the court.
It's like 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
Telling me it's not on Tibbs.
Okay,
in a 10-point game, bro.
10-point game, 2 minutes and 40 seconds, not bad. But
it was playing the Heat. That's like actual like contending team. That's the beginning of the
You
season.
telling me you couldn't put Hartenstein in for that from the moments?
They don't play the same. They don't play the same position.
You still telling me,
bro? Don't play the same position.
You still telling me we couldn't get him out of there? We know Julius been hurt his whole career.
It was a routine layup, bro.
Y'all
I ain't gonna blame Tibbs for nobody injury.
Yeah,
but I mean,
y'all forgetting about a team.
What?
The Bucks.
Yeah,
healthy Giannis.
Forgot about
going to
them
be
for a
reason.
Is Doc still head coach?
Yep. Forgot about him for a reason. I'm gonna be honest.
Anyway,
A healthy Giannis is always going to be dangerous.
Anyway,
I mean, a healthy Giannis is dangerous, but a Doc is more dangerous to the team than a healthy Giannis.
all I know is, Brian, I don't know Damian Lillard. You on the
Bro,
clock,
they
boy.
actually put that together.
Bro,
and
I
it
don't
might
think
be
Dame
Dame
only getting older.
I think the thing is, it won't
I
come
think they just
together,
need to put
bro.
it together.
They're not gonna put it together.
Bro, Dame is at every point in his career, he's been the best player on his team. Has been the number one option. This is the first time in his career, and now it's like his basketball career is like mature. Like I feel like there's no more like
There's no
you
more.
can grow, but it's like
There's not a lot of room to grow.
Yeah.
like you know what I'm saying.
We've
Bro,
already
this the
reached
first
the
time.
apex.
It's the first time he's gonna be the second option. Like how do you like maneuver mentally where it's like, oh, I got to get the ball to him instead of me because he's actually the better player.
Yeah.
Than me. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like I don't think it's gonna work.
And he didn't show me this year that he could do it. So
Yeah, it's not like Shaq and Kobe where Kobe was like a kid when he came in. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I'm with Shaq now and Shaq's a little bit older than me, but we both kids who our games are growing together. Bro, Dame is 34, 30 something like that. Like I feel like
he too used to being the number one option.
Yeah.
his entire career
He
he's
has
been
to change his whole game and lifestyle.
he would literally have to change his whole game, lifestyle, everything. It would have to be.
But
versus Damian Lillard.
I did see a report though that he didn't work out at all like the entire time with Portland, that entire trade situation.
I got you. He
wasn't working out. He was scared he was gonna get hurt.
I got you. He
So
was
he
always at
didn't do
home.
nothing.
I see. So he didn't have a full offseason.
Yeah, basically.
Got you.
I understand that, but Doc's still the coach.
That's true.
Hey, it goes as far as dart table.
All right, so a question for y'all for like the teams that were in the playoffs. Which teams do you think underachieved the most in the playoffs?
Cavs.
The Cavs?
Cavs.
I'll say the Suns.
Suns, but I kind of expected that, low-key.
Yeah.
No, but
Yeah,
like
I
I'm
was
not gonna. I understand
didn't
what you're
expect the
saying. I
Suns to
understand
do
what
great.
you're saying. I understand what you're saying that they underperformed based on the roster. But if you looked at their roster come like February, we all knew if y'all don't get a point guard, y'all don't stand a chance.
That's what we said on
Everyone
the pod.
was
We
saying
said that
this.
on the pod.
We said
But
that on.
but I'm
Flashback.
I'm not saying
Yes.
that.
like,
But like,
fucking clip.
I feel like the Suns actually are like really like. I feel like their team is actually more built for the playoffs than you would actually think because they
Yeah.
run a lot of like half court like offense and stuff like that. So I feel like they could make some noise in the playoffs, but it just depends on what the matchup is.
They problem is they don't have a point
Point
guard.
guard.
Yeah,
really.
and then it's like they relying on D-Book and
Bradley Beal, two
D-Book
pure
can play the point
shooters.
guard. He's actually doing a lot better. than I
Better
thought
too,
he
yeah,
would.
he is.
But
it's
you don't
like
want him there. You don't
a
want him.
real point guard, which ironically enough is a hypothetical. But Lonzo would be the perfect point guard there. I just want to say that. But hopefully next year he can go there because that would be
Can
amazing.
he even
But
walk,
back
gang?
to the topic.
Oh.
Hey, it's
I'm
fast
talking about
back.
from the team perspective. From the GM perspective, their expectations, they felt way below them.
They knew
Yeah.
themselves.
No, I get what he's saying. I get what he's saying.
From the GM's perspective,
From like
they-
a hypothetical
If you were in
perspective.
his spot, I
When
guess.
you like, if you the GM, be like, all right, I just got
KD,
three guys that can
Beal.
score 40
Yeah.
points on any given night.
you just spent like $300 million on these three guys, and then they got swept in the first round. So it's like
Swept is crazy. Swept is crazy.
Swept is
It wasn't even like
very
a game
crazy.
7. Swept is crazy. Against a
not-
22-year-old.
And it's like, what do you even do? You don't
Was-
even have the cap space to get
Was
nobody.
anyone else? I wasn't surprised.
Yeah,
I'm
Kevin.
not surprised.
I was
I'm not
At no
surprised.
point
But
in their playoff run did I expect them to get past the first round. At no point.
A lot of people did, though.
I didn't expect them either. I thought the Timberwolves was gonna beat them,
When
but
they
not a
when they
sweep though.
started signing IT off the street, cause they didn't have a PG, that's when I knew I was like, all right, it's desperation time.
Yeah, 'cause
it's
Shout out
crunch
IT.
time,
The Wolves
prime
did
time,
way
whatever
too
you want.
good.
Shout
Oh,
out
my
IT though.
God.
And that's my guy, IT, my guy.
The Sixers were
But
underwhelming.
it's being on it.
The Sixers?
Yeah, Sixers are underwhelming. They shouldn't have lost to the Knicks. They should not have beat. We should not have beat them. We should not have beat them. We shouldn't have. The Sixers were like damn near the 1 or 2 seed before Embiid got hurt. And then he came back and he's perfectly fine. I wouldn't say perfectly fine, but I feel like a 75% Joel Embiid is still a top 3 player in the NBA.
Still enough to beat them.
Bro, he was cooking us. He was frying us.
What's it called? I was at that 50-point game.
In 7 games though, it's more team effort. So like even if Joel was 85%, I just think the Knicks have a much better constructed team.
But
I feel like the Sixers still had the roster to beat them.
The Sixers definitely had the roster to beat them, but I feel like in terms of like chemistry, that's what I'm talking about. In terms of like chemistry, the Knicks play more like one unit.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie to you. In the playoffs, the Knicks is playing a lot of like Brunson.
I saw
30 shots a game, and he wasn't shooting good. Like I think the first 3 games, he was shooting actually really bad. And I feel like there was some games they should have stole. We did steal a game whenever they tackled Maxey. You know what I'm saying? But they tackled him. But it is what it is. But I think the Sixers were really underwhelming. I thought they were gonna win. I ain't gonna lie to you. That was the one team I didn't want to play. I wanted to play the Heat whenever they was in playing.
Chill, really?
I wanted the Heat to come to us, but we ended up winning anyway.
I don't think the Sixers were that underwhelming. I've been said this team will go as far as Joel goes. It doesn't underwhelm me that you guys got bounced. Like,
bro, an MVP losing in the first round is underwhelming.
Very much.
A reigning MVP.
Yeah, very much so.
With a better roster than they had the year before.
But he was hurt, like guys. He was never healthy,
bro. But he was at 75%.
I'm not gonna lie,
75% is not good. That's
but like
barely
the thing
passing.
is, bro, knowing Joel Embiid's career, it's a miracle that he's at 75% in the playoffs.
Bro, but did y'all see him playing?
He was playing astonishing. Like he was doing like abnormal stuff.
But it was a game where, bro, he was like, I think he's at one point he was probably like 3 for 14, but he somehow still had 20 points. He had like 14 rebounds, like 7 assists or something crazy.
He still played great.
I was like, bro, this dude Embiid, like I thought it was over with. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was done with.
Now, when I seen that 50-point game, I would have thought, all right, Sixers probably got it.
Nah, at no point. I think I told y'all Joel could do 77. As long as he can't stay healthy, Sixers don't got a shot. And I'm not even trying to be funny. Not even trying to exaggerate. He could literally break the scoring record. As long as he's not healthy, the Sixers do not have a shot. You can quote me on that.
Damn, against the Knicks, I would have thought they would have had a chance after that 50-point game.
Nah,
but
I've seen Joel do 60 plus. There's no movements.
He did 70 against Wemby.
0 movements.
He did do 70 against Wemby.
No movements.
Okay, so any other teams you feel like underachieved or underperformed, or do you think any teams that were in the playoffs need to start rebuilding?
I would actually like to say a team that overperformed. I like the Pacers. The Pacers is going to be a big offseason for the Pacers. I want to see what the Pacers do.
Oh yeah, that was my next question.
Yeah,
they need a wing.
They need a wing bad. I think Pascal showed his presence on offense and defense. He's a terror.
Yeah, they need a wing.
He's a terror.
I feel like all they really need is a wing.
I would say they need a wing and a little bit more
a wing
depth,
is healthy.
a little bit more, just a tad bit more depth. Just a tad bit more depth. I think their depth is cool.
They top 7 is solid.
It's cool. I think it's cool, but I would like them.
Tough.
I like them to fill it out. You know what I'm saying? Like just fill out. Give me all 10 guys all 11 guys that can just go crazy. We can call them anytime.
We're gonna turn them up.
But I don't think there's any team that I think that needs to blow it up that made the playoffs right now.
The Suns.
Yeah.
They need to blow it up.
Man, that's
just
gonna be
they don't got no
so
assets.
difficult. Exactly.
I don't think the Suns need to blow it up.
Clippers, no,
They finna get rid of PG. They
Clippers.
The Clippers might need to.
I didn't have any expectations.
I like Harden and Kawhi, bro.
I didn't like any expectations for the
How y'all
Clippers.
feel about the Heat though?
Yeah, it's over. It's over.
Yeah.
Build around Bam. Bam a problem.
That's a great question. You might have to come back to me when the season start back in October. I don't know.
I feel it.
I don't know. The Heat are. I've seen
build around
Spoelstra.
Bam
I've seen
with the
Spoelstra do crazy stuff or worse.
I think you can.
Yeah.
Bam is the number 1.
Yeah, I think you can.
Yeah. Bam,
think you can.
maybe 3 years ago you said no, but Bam now 24. Hell yeah.
I think you
build
can.
around Bam.
Maybe all right. So I feel like when we say like a chip, that's like so like stern. 'Cause, like everybody can't win a chip. You know what I'm saying? It's like 30.
Okay, Bam as another one can be competitive.
A contender, yeah, absolutely.
I can see it, but like,
And he's a leader. Fact.
I think Bam with a green light can average like 25.
25
That's
and 10.
insane.
With a green light,
He averaged like 20 and 10 now.
He do 25
with a green light?
with
I
a
think
green
he
light.
averages He can average 25.
Damn, if Bam do 25 and 10, I'll make him first team.
As the number 1 option,
Yeah,
I think
hell yeah, I make
he's not
Bam
the number 1
first
option
team.
right now. He's Jimmy, really.
Yeah, give him a summer with like Hakeem Olajuwon or something.
He can
Yeah.
cook,
Come
bro.
out.
I'm a Bam fan. I think Bam is
I like
nice.
Bam though. I like Bam. I fuck with Bam.
I think Bam could be a defensive player of the year.
I said Bam. was inconsistent for a long time, and it felt like the last 18 months or so, from 2023 to this year, he kind of figured it out.
I feel like if the band we got now was in that 2020 finals,
Ooh,
we could have
heck
been
yeah,
in that real final.
That's a real finals then, heck yeah. Because now you know you can get Bam to drop 18, no question.
Yeah, I thought we had this Bam now there. Could have added something competitive.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know
I
if
think
I'm
nice.
Miami, I don't think I'm rebuilding. I'm like, shit, we got Bam, Jimmy still want to come to town. Like,
not necessarily like a rebuild, but more so like a retool. You know
I wouldn't retool either. I would build around the guys we got. Spoelstra let them boys. Everybody here wants to play for Miami. We got a culture.
You would move Jimmy?
I wouldn't move Jimmy. Not yet. Give me one more year. See what we can do.
He did he decline his option? So he got one more year, right?
No, I think he has 2 more years.
2 more years?
Something like that.
I would say, heck, if you could say just this year, give it this year. By trade deadline.
I think he has 1 more year.
Yeah, I think he has 1 more year and then he's a free
Like
agent.
worst comes to worst, by trade deadline, send him up. But no, I keep Jimmy. We got some runs left. We got at least one more run left.
With that same roster?
Yeah. We just got. I think the retool piece makes sense.
Bro, Tyler Hero, the key components of your offense. I'm here to tell you right now.
I'm expecting Hero to take that next
You're
step.
not winning the chip, brother.
Take that next step, that next leap.
You're not a real contender, brother.
22.
And I like Hero.
22.
But if he like one of your main cogs of scoring.
Great 6-man, though.
Yeah, he could be
And I'm not going to lie to you. If that's his role, hey.
But that's not his
he's
role.
only gonna get better.
If his role can be like Malik Monk, like in
Hey.
the Kings, I think he's really good. I think
But his role
that's
on the
him.
Heat is not a Malik Monk. He's really
Yet,
they
though.
damn near his second option sometimes.
Damn near their first option.
Yeah, so it's like
But again, I just think because they kind of like they're built honestly to run through Jimmy on the cool, so I can see why like we gotta rely on Bam to be a first option.
Jimmy body be breaking down though. I feel like it's,
yeah.
And I was gonna say I would rather retool, maybe get Jimmy not a, I don't even say like another star, but just an option to where we could put him on the bench and not have to worry. Like
not really
all
anybody
it is.
out
Think
there.
about it. Terry Rozier was hurt during the playoffs, so maybe he'll have an impact next
And
season.
at the time that Terry trade made sense. So I think give the Heat time. I guess retool is probably better, but I wouldn't rebuild. I'd say let's go one more time with it.
I feel like by this time next year, they'll still be a first round exit.
Damn, that's cold. This is coming from a Celtics fan.
I
That's coming from a
agree.
Celtics fan. You gotta take that with a grain of salt. You gotta take that with a
Like
grain of
you
salt.
think they're gonna make it to the second round?
I think
so.
it just depends on Jimmy.
Yeah, like I think
At the
so.
end of the day, but he.
ain't it been the
I don't
past
think
3 playoffs?
Jimmy's like 35 now. He gonna be 35 by this time next year.
And he been hurt the past 2
Yeah, he can
playoffs.
been hurt by the past 2 years.
I give it a shot.
But 2 of the last 3, somebody
y'all
like that.
I give
see
it a shot.
any rumors of them moving on from Jimmy
I did.
before the season?
I did say he declined his option, so he's gonna be a free agent next year. So
That's usually when guys get moved.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
a sign that he might get moved.
I just don't know where he would go.
Betting on yourself at 35 years old is crazy work.
As a professional athlete, that's kind of the territory though.
Crazy work. Bet on yourself 35.
But since we already like into the off season, we just gonna get straight into the off season overview. So first of all, we got JJ Redick, who signed as a coach for the Lakers. What are y'all thoughts on that and the future for the Lakers?
Lakers running the show like it's Louis
It's
Vuitton or
interesting,
something, bro.
man.
You would think the boys is Target.
Maybe one day I'll be a coach. I got a podcast.
I'm telling you, like,
Hey, maybe.
Nah, for real.
What's the difference between how they run Macy's and how they run the Lakers? Like you tell me, dog.
Hey, Pistons
You
hired
tell
me,
me,
man.
dog.
But I watched JJ's pod. He really know what he's talking about. He
course.
really
Of course he
he
knows
has
what
like
he's
a great
talking
ball-
about.
He has a great basketball
I
mind.
get what you're saying,
course
but
he knows what
you
he's
can
talking about.
ask any NBA player those questions, and I feel like they would answer it. And I'm not saying like JJ's not a genius.
Like, I mean,
I'm not saying JJ's not a genius. Him, he getting vouched for clearly. Like to be talking with Brian, like you gotta have some type of high IQ. To be, you know what I'm saying clearly, but at the same time, I feel like when your highest level of coaching was your son's 11-year-old AAU team.
And you going straight to coaching the Lakers?
You know what I'm saying?
A head coach,
X's and O's might not even be the issue. It might just be team management. You know what I'm saying? But to have no experience doing that, I feel like that's an issue. Because Jay Kidd, I feel like in terms of IQ, is one of the smartest basketball players to ever play the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And whenever he was with the Bucks, it was a struggle. He couldn't, and with the Nets too, I think.
Yeah.
I think he played coach in the Nets, right?
Yeah, I think he did.
When you talking about the Nets, it's
Nash
Steve
too, yeah, Nash too. But I
Nash.
meant Kidd.
Oh yeah,
But,
Kid was struggling with the Bucks.
with the
yeah,
boys.
he could with the Bucks. He couldn't figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And then it takes years. And then I mean, that's my like main concern, right? I feel like so even if Redick ends up being good, I think Redick will be good. But even if he ends up being good at some point in time, in terms of like the timeline that's with Braun, like I feel like there's growing pains for being a brand new coach because they're not finna come out the gates as a championship coach. That's just not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Realistically, that's never happened. Like a first year coach. I mean, Ty Lue. But I think Ty Lue had some experience before. I think he got hired in the middle of the 2016 season. Yeah. So like for Kidd, who's like I said, one of the smartest players ever played, when he was with the Bucks, it was a struggle, and that's when he had Giannis. Giannis wasn't Giannis yet, but that's still Giannis. And then with Nash, you had Kyrie, Kevin, and Harden, and then it was a struggle. Like
it was a mess,
and it might not even been a mess like on the court, but most of like just team management, like just managing personalities and stuff like that. That I feel like that could be an issue being a first time head coach.
I feel like the only thing that could save that is like if his coaching staff ends up being full
elite,
of people that are like really experienced.
But does that like matter though in terms of like I wouldn't say respect because they gonna respect you, but like like for example, if you playing a sport and then like the head coach is asking questions to the other coach, you like, bro, why are you the head coach? You know what I'm saying? Like it's almost like. Do you think that like creates turmoil?
In this case, the head coach gonna be asking LeBron questions. So it's like
Lee GM, like
man.
I don't know. This move just screams like Bron was talking. Like at this point,
he
Bron
just had
on the
motion.
Lakers. Yeah, he got motion. Like I don't know.
He got
or
crazy
his son
motion.
got drafted. You might as well.
Like you might as well. Like
he might as well coach
for real.
Like for real, Lee GM. The JJ move, it
don't make sense.
It just doesn't make for where the state of the team is right now, bro. It just doesn't move the needle at all. Like
it's like they know.
Like JJ would have been better off if he like started coaching like the Pistons or something.
A young team.
Yeah, the way he can learn and grow with them boys.
It don't even gotta be a Pistons. Like even if it's like a team that's like goddamn like.
The Wizards,
like
goddamn me.
Even like the Bucks. Like it's a team where like Giannis is like what, like 29, 28 or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like he's not old, but he's still young, and it's
he still got some years.
Yeah, where we can grow, and you got. Like, Jed, you got 2 years to figure it out. And then Giannis is going to be at the apex of his prime.
Even the Lakers front office, I don't even know what they want to do. Like, do they want to, like, keep pushing for a championship?
They about that paper,
or,
nigga.
like,
what you talking about? We about that
ready
money.
to start
Manyan, we talking Manyan.
LeBron finna retire.
We talking Manyan, boy. That's what they on.
2-3 years, for real.
Boy, you better know what the Lakers talking about. They talking about them dollar bills.
But who knows, man? Bron might be...
Bron, for all I know, Bron can have a career resurgence and start doing what he was doing in 2015 all over again. For all I freaking know.
He's still a top 10 player, though.
Yeah.
But he, shit, I don't know, bro.
The JJ, I have to see it. I think I said this to you. I got to see what... I can't say... Even them drafting Barney, I just have to see it. Like, I can't say too much now because... For all I know, the Lakers could be 15 years ahead of the curve.
We've never seen
We just never seen it. So like, I just gotta. Same thing with Wemby. It was like I've never seen a ball player like that, so I can't really say too much. I just gotta let it play out. So I just gotta let it play out. But the move doesn't make sense. Like,
because it
really feels like a commercial move.
It's gonna be like at least a 1 or 2 year learning curve. By that time, Bron is retired. 41.
Yeah, he should be retired by then.
So it's like maybe to be fair though, the Lakers did say Bron did say whenever you're hiring the next hiring, make sure you make it like more like custom to AD. So
true. I
mean, maybe that's
how old is AD? Like 30?
30.
Bron, AD, I think like 29 or 30 maybe.
Yeah,
he could be 30.
So he got like a good 3-4 years with him.
You got some time left.
And he's still balling. I ain't gonna lie to you. He had a great season this year.
He did very much so. I mean, if they retooling the roster around AD, then like I can see the vision. But as of right now.
Bringing Bronny is retooling the roster around AD.
That's a 55 pick in the draft, bro. That does not matter.
It really don't matter. It's a 55th pick in the draft. I mean, I wasn't even mad.
We can't name the 55th pick of the last 10 drafts. You can throw names in the hat you never guess which one. Like
that's why I don't understand why people was mad about like Bronny being drafted.
I'm not mad at Black.
And it's not like he wasn't like, bro. If we going off top, but it's not like he wasn't deserving of it. Like, he was a decent player, bro. He's an All-American. He made the McDonald's, bro. He had the heart condition.
4-2 in college.
He had the heart condition, and then he had a bad season, bro. Bro, was another guy that got drafted that averaged 2 points per game. Don't nobody care. And that was in the first round.
Wait, who was that?
Yeah, I saw
it was that light-skinned dude.
Yeah,
who
I saw.
it?
I don't know his name, bro, but he averaged 2 points per game and got drafted, bro. Like I don't think like. Bro, NBA, bro, it's about potential.
It's nothing like football. It's nothing like football, man. First round,
bro. The second round about potential, bro. Like it's about like
there has been draft picks where it's like the player has been like not as great. Like Devin Booker, he came off the bench at Duke, and then he still got drafted like lottery. You know,
I think 8 or 7 or something like that.
Yeah. So like those situations do happen. I just gotta see how you.
I don't see how this stops the
heart
Celtics,
condition
bro.
thing. Like I could see, like
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, bro, he didn't have a good season, bro. But the year before that, bro, it was all American, all McDonald's.
He did make
bro,
the McDonald's joint. So
it's not like he was some scrub that they just found on like Venice Beach playing basketball. Bro, he actually was like a decent ball player, bro. Like he has good like attributes to like.
I just got to
ball
see.
player.
I just got to see.
He's shorter, but bro, he played defense. He had a good feel for the game. He can shoot.
I gotta see it, bro. Just feels like
It makes it seem like they just went to like a random YMCA and say, Bronny.
How would you like to be a Laker?
That's not how it works. Yeah, bro.
I just gotta see it, bro. It just too much. It just feels too commercially. It doesn't feel like we actually want to win.
I mean, that's the Lakers, like whole.
Yeah.
How did this stop? Like, if I'm the
Lakers
Lakers,
whole-
right?
that's the
I
Lakers
just saw
brand.
Boston win a chip. Man, I'm doing whatever it takes to go get us back to promised land. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. We one of the
don't
most
do it that way.
historic franchises in sports history.
That's historic, though.
And we just loafing. I just
Nah.
don't get it.
I wouldn't say that. That's historic, though. The first father-son dude to ever play on the same court. That's crazy, bro.
That is pretty historic.
That's gonna be
crazy.
dope. I want to see that. Again, black nepotism, can't hate on it.
That's crazy.
Salute to that.
It is nepotism, bro, but they make it seem
Black
like,
nepotism, though.
they make it seem like he's some random dude that just
Yeah, it's-
unathletic, bro.
like,
He
I
played
ain't
at
even
USC, bro. Like he clearly was good enough to play at
4
USC.
and 2.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro, but
He had a bad season, bro. He had a heart condition.
Alright.
I could find some 6'8"
Bro,
kids
damn
that
near
could
died,
put
bro.
up
He had a bad
5,
season.
like.
I don't even want to laugh at that.
He
Like-
had a bad season,
Yeah, like
bro. It happened.
like things.
He
things
damn near
happen.
died on the basketball court.
Having
bro.
a
You gotta
heart
get your
condition
confidence back.
too is terrifying.
Bro,
too,
he's
I'm
good,
not
but you gotta
gonna
get your
lie, bro.
confidence
Like,
back, bro. But you damn near down on a football field, bro. You gonna be nervous like that next season.
Yeah,
you're not
the
gonna-
market-
For sure.
You're not gonna have a
for
good
sure.
season,
You
bro.
gonna be fighting.
Facts,
Sure.
facts,
You
facts.
gotta get
I
your
know,
confidence back,
facts.
bro.
The
I
ball
understand
handling
that.
shit, yeah.
All right, so on to the next topic. We got some like trades and stuff. So starting off with the Bulls. The Bulls traded Alex Caruso over to the Thunder for Josh Giddey. Just a straight up trade, no picks. So I'm gonna start with you, Vic. How do you feel about the trade and the Bulls' future?
I'm gonna just try to be like respectful, but it just doesn't make sense to me. We don't see too many trades too that don't involve picks anymore. I will say that. That was the only thing that upset me, especially with all the picks that the Thunder have. We couldn't get not one of them joints, not even one from 2037. Like we couldn't get one. Like even one of the fake ones where it's like it's a hypothetical first, depending on if it's protected. Like we couldn't get nothing, and we did a straight up trade. And it's like we gave up a top 3, top 5 defensive guard for Josh Giddey based off of potential. And it just, I don't know, bro. It just confuses me because we just seen Kobe White have one of his best years. And it's like he was at the point, and we literally saw how, at least as a Bulls fan, we saw how when he was playing the 2, he did not know what was going on. But when he had the ball in his hand consistently, he's a hell of a ball player.
For sure.
And then you bring Giddey in, who has to be like extremely ball dominant for him to be any sort of efficient. And it just doesn't make sense, like what direction we're trying to go.
I feel like
We
they trying to see him as like a Alonzo replacement type player. But
I feel it. I get
also,
it. Like
the
that's
defense
true.
ain't even there though. Like
Exactly.
Alonzo had their defense, but
Like
the
I
defense
just don't
ain't
know, and we give up so much defense by letting Alex go.
Yeah.
We're now gonna be relying on guys like Aiyuk, guys like Cody.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all wasn't close anyways.
You're not wrong.
You're
You're not wrong.
So it's like
it's
why not bring in a guy who's young and hopefully
It's
he can
it's
develop
based
into
off
something.
potential, but again, I would have just liked if we got a little bit more for it. 'Cause
I mean-
I don't think the trade straight up makes sense. Like I've tried to rationalize it, like genuinely, like if I'm GM or if I was rebuilding the team, would I pull this trade off? No. At no point would I say no. And if this was the case, and this is my thing, right? If we could have did this for Giddey, why didn't we just trade them boys before the trade deadline? Like that's what blows my mind. Like,
I mean,
they had way more value at the trade deadline, more than the value they have now when we traded them in the offseason. So it's like if we were gonna get rid of them and start this new rebrand and start this new culture of Bulls or whatever the hell.
they could just be trying to tank for Cooper Flag.
I mean,
Giddey is the motion that gets us there. Like
Have you seen Giddey play basketball?
Bro, Giddey had one game last year, or maybe 2 or 3, where SGA didn't play, and when Giddey had the ball 90% of the time, he was putting up 30 and 35. Like, okay.
I don't remember that, but
He was putting up 30. He had a game where he put up 30 where Shea did not play, for sure.
I stand corrected, but
sure.
they could be. I feel like a Giddey-led team for 82 games. It's gonna get you Cooper Flag. It's gonna get you in the range for Cooper Flag. It's gonna get you goals. Gonna get you damn close.
And you know what's funny?
Put you right there for
We
sure.
would do all of that just to somehow still make the play-in and not have that top 3 pick. Watch, like it just don't get it. Like
DeMar gone or you a free agent?
no, DeMar's still here. DeMar said he wants to stay too. I believe so.
Zach probably for the
Zach is the one everyone says is gonna go. They say 15 teams is barking for Zach. I don't know what 15 teams is barking for Zach.
I know.
It seems like that
Sixers
contract
probably are.
is too massive though.
The contract is terrible. That's all it is. It's not even the players bad. The contract is literally the worst.
Contract
He'll
is
probably get
Yeah.
restructured wherever he goes.
I would want to see how they
see.
restructure it because that would most likely have to be what would be done. But
Or he could get bought out.
I can
buy
also
the contract that big?
see that
maybe.
if the Bulls are thinking, okay,
I don't see why not.
we want to just get rid of Caruso, we can actually get the picks from like getting rid of like Drummond.
That is the one confusing thing.
Exactly.
Not getting picks. Like I feel like
I just
trying
don't-
to tank makes sense. Cool.
Yeah,
but not getting any picks.
any
is
assets.
crazy.
Like we got just Josh Giddey, nothing else, and everyone is just supposed to be like, all right,
What's the Bulls picks looking like for the future though?
dude, I couldn't tell you.
You know, they probably gonna be top 5. They should tell you that much.
The way we've been looking for the last 3 years, I'll be honest. Again, just getting into basketball, the last 4 or 5 years, we're going to be
But y'all-
a play-in.
Y'all are gonna get picks though.
We're
For
going to be a. I would hope so. Yeah,
DeRozan and Zach.
I don't
probably.
think they're trying to trade DeRozan. If they do trade DeRozan, we better get picks. Because if we don't get picks, it's gonna be ew no. So, but I don't see us really taking the rebuild steps. But the Giddey trade is bad in my personal opinion.
Bro, sidebar, you know who's like a worst run team? So you know how you think the Bulls are bad? Like I know it's kind of off topic, but the Hawks, I didn't know that the Spurs have all of their first round picks. So even if they win the lottery for the next 3 years, the Spurs own all those picks.
For real?
How did they let that happen?
So whatever trade they had, like the Hawks end up doing or have to do with Trae Young, basically has to be with the Spurs if they want to get those picks back.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, I've seen it on Twitter yesterday. It's really crazy.
How did they let that happen?
Did that happen
DeJounte.
during like the DeJounte
And they
just
got
got
rid
rid
of
of
him.
him, too.
They're
So they next 3 years, even if they
That's
are the
bad.
worst team in the league,
don't matter.
Spurs own those
free
picks.
trade, bro? Free
Jeez.
trade.
That's
Free
crazy.
trade.
Cooper Flag and Wemby, it's on the way. It's crazy. It's Dave Robinson and Duncan all over again. All
You
over
know,
again.
Pop is licking his chops.
Oh,
I'm not gonna
man,
hold you.
nah.
If that's what it's looking like,
It's
then
crazy.
golly. But yeah, bro, the Giddey trade is bad, bro. One of the worst trades I've seen watching basketball. Like I just don't know. You got to tell me when the last time there was a trade like this that didn't involve any picks. Just play for player.
Bro, it's disgusting.
Player
like
for
just play for
player.
player. You got to show me. What I don't know. The
to
last
think
4
of
years I've started watching basketball. In the last 4 years, I've never seen a trade just be player for player.
Yeah,
Ever.
it's gotta be weird. I ain't never heard of that.
Yeah, like at least in the 21st century, it doesn't happen. Like probably since the turn of the internet age, I don't think it's happened.
I can't even think of one.
So yeah, so I don't know what we're doing. And again, I've said this for years. We've been riding the coattails of MJ and everything he's done for the Bulls and everything he's done for Chicago for the last 35 years. Enough is enough. Please, like, rebuild this team. Like I swear to God, you can find kids that play 2K every day that can rebuild this team better than some of these boys, man. I don't even want to be disrespectful, but it's real. What are we doing? Like, what are we doing?
I don't know. It just seemed like it has to be a situation where probably Alex Caruso asked out and they just had to get whatever they could from him.
But yes, but my thing is Alex Caruso is a top 5 defender, so you can get. You can't sit here and
You
tell
can
me
get something more.
you
than
can't sit here and tell me all 30 teams were just like, yeah, we'll give you just our number 2 or 3 option for Alex, no picks involved. I don't believe it. And if you were gonna ship Alex, I'm 100% sure there was a GM in the NBA that wanted Alex at the trade deadline, and y'all didn't pull the trigger because it wasn't enough. So if it wasn't enough then, how is Giddey now enough? I just don't get it. And if we were gonna do this trade for Giddey, we could have just did it before the trade deadline.
No, yeah, I get that. I get what you're saying.
Like it's
I
just
understand.
If you tanking, there should have been a different method.
there should have
to
been
it.
a much more. There should have been a much more. There's a
You could
standard
have
to this.
Yeah, you could have got rid of Caruso, and I'm pretty sure the Thunder would have traded for Caruso before the deadline.
Before the trade deadline, and would have gave y'all the picks, and I just don't get it, bro. I have nothing, and then I don't know how the Bulls organization expects us to root for Giddey. So it is what it is. It is what it is.
It is what it
It is
is.
what it is.
That was a good move for the Thunder, though.
Great
Oh,
move for the
yeah,
Thunder.
for
Yeah,
sure,
Presti hit
for
the
sure.
fun net. I'm talking about swindled the hell out of us, boy.
Thunder definitely got better. Off
Jug, man. I'm talking about Jug Lord.
Good move.
Golly.
All right, so moving on to the Knicks, Mikal Bridges went ahead and got himself onto the roster for 5 picks. So now you got the whole Villanova squad up there. How you feeling about the trade?
I'm hype. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I feel like defensively, there's not really a team in the league that can see us.
Yeah,
like
fact.
for on wings.
Healthy
like,
on healthy. Yeah.
OG and Mikal, bro. I feel like, bro, like lengthwise, and I feel like it helps Brunson a lot too. So, you know what I'm saying? Brunson, he don't have to get put in a lot of actions anymore. And Dante not a scrub on defense either. You know what I'm saying? Hart either, and then it
gives him another scoring option too.
Yeah, bro. I thought that was our main issue, bro. Whenever Julius went down.
Yeah, because Jalen Brunson was just playing.
Out of just basically playing early 2000s ball, just shoot 30 times, bro. Just,
it reminded me of probably like
AI, bro.
Yeah,
I was about to say AI.
I'm gonna scoop 35 points, 35 shots a game. I'm finna end up with 29 points, and I don't care. Man, I don't give a damn about
and we're gonna
average
win.
30
and we're gonna win. That's the kill.
41%
and we're gonna
from the
win.
field, like that's the type of ball
crazy.
he was on.
Yeah. I like the move though.
I like the move for both teams. I think the Nets.
Oh yeah, Nets.
For,
time to rebuild.
For the last 8 years, pretty much since they traded for KG and them boys, like it's been tough. It has been tough.
It's a bad organization.
It's been really bad. So finally, for them to be like, all right, guys, enough is enough. We're rebuilding. Like.
I feel like
it's beautiful. It gives them the autonomy. That's all it is. Just give them like.
I feel like they
seen the
2 picks they traded to the Celtics when that championship. They was like, all right, that's it.
Like it really.
Free Cam Thomas.
I was about to say, but it allows you to now build around guys like Cam. You know what I'm saying? Because
now
it's
Cam
like
Thomas
we can find
free.
out if Cam really a baller or if he just gonna be one of them boys that's a microwave that you can get off the bench and put up 20. Like
I think that's what he is.
Like you feel what I'm saying? So it's like. I love it. I love that move for the Nets because again, you now have the decision. It's like, all right, if we want to be the worst team and go for the number 1 pick, we can. We got all our picks, and we got some more. If we end up contending and being a play-in, amazing. We got potential. Like there's wiggle room. So I think both teams benefit from this. It was a good. That's a good trade. That was a really good trade. Like sending Mikal to the Knicks. The Knicks get dangerous. Seeing him after, especially after what Boston just did, dangerous. So and then again, Nets hitting the reset button because. It was damn sure time. It's been time for a while. So salute to the Nets for finally swallowing that pill, unlike the Bulls, and being like, yeah, let's start over and setting themselves up because they looking sweet for the future now. So regardless if they do well next year or not, they looking sweet for the future. That's something to at least have hope about for sure.
For sure, I understand that. So moving on, we also got DeJounte Murray got traded to the Pelicans for Larry Nance Jr., Dyson Daniels, and 2 picks. How do you feel about that for the Hawks' perspective and from the Pelicans' perspective?
I can't believe.
From the Pelicans' perspective, that's like one of the most like uninteresting teams to watch. Like I feel like they're gonna be decent just because like I think Zion's pretty good, but just in terms of just like turn on the TV and say, let me just watch the Pelicans game. Like,
you say the Pelicans just boring ball?
I don't want to watch an offense.
Unless you live in New Orleans, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not watching the
An
Pelicans.
offense that consists of DeJounte, CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram, and Zion. I don't want to watch. I don't have any interest in watching.
It's gonna be. I don't know if that's going to be fun. It should be interesting.
Yeah, and the basketball side, though, defensively, I think DeJounte defense is a little overrated. But whenever he it's a little overrated. But whenever you have
he's the type of player that just like
he's a good defender.
He like locks down at times.
Yeah,
you know?
but
he falls asleep a lot. But I'm
Yeah,
saying whenever you have like Trey Murphy now and you got Herb Jones, I feel like that's gonna like kind of bring that out of him now, where it's like
you gotta play defense.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I feel like that's 3 guys that can legit like long wingspan. Can guard tall guards, can switch.
You can kind of see what the formula is now.
What are
everybody
Hawks
trying to
doing?
build a team with a lot of like big wings that can play defense. I feel like that's the formula now.
So what do you think the Hawks do with Trey? Because at this point,
they got to move him. They got to move him. Well, they don't have to, but I mean,
it's likely they are.
I feel like they don't have to, but if you're looking at like the timeline from like a wide range, like looking at like let's look at the long view of this. It's like it would be smarter for them to move him, just off the strength of like, all right, in 2-3 years, Trae Young's gonna ask for a trade regardless.
Correct.
For the next 2-3 years, we're not gonna be a really good team. We're not gonna have a top pick. So it's like
we need to do what we can do now.
Yeah. So Trae's gonna sell our tickets. He probably might get us an 8 seed in the playoffs or whatever it is. But are we really gonna contend with him? And then, like I said, in 3 years, he's gonna ask for a trade anyways. So it's like.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if I'm ATL, it's hard to say though. It's hard to say. What do you get back from Trey?
It's not gonna be a big package. I think.
I don't think it's that big of a package either.
I think if they trade him to the Spurs, it'll probably be Shochan, whatever his name is, and then Devin Vassell, and then probably some picks, and then that'll probably be all it is. But when you look at the Hawks, bro, like. Bro, they're in such a bad position where it's like they really don't have like a choice.
Yeah,
they don't have a choice. 'Cause, like, bro, like I'm saying, bro, even if they're bad, like their talent, they're not bringing in any talent.
And it's like teams that was below them are now lapping them. Like the Magic, like the Magic lapped them.
Unless
you think about like Pacers.
Yeah.
Unless the guy that drafted ends up being good, but then from what they were saying on the broadcast, that he basically a role player. That's what they was saying. I was like, bro, this is crazy. It was like, yeah, he's a 3-and-D guy, very similar to DeAndre Hunter. I'm like, bro, what?
Oh, role players are number one. Hey man, why didn't they draft what's the name? Alex Sarr.
He didn't want to work out with them.
Wow, that lets you know where the organization's at.
Yeah,
that's all you need to know right there.
That's tough.
That lets you know where the organization's at right there.
But speaking of the draft, since that's the next topic, so a lot of people claiming this to be the least talented draft in a while. Do you think there's anybody in the draft that might surprise people or might give people a shock, might end up being the star that people ain't talking about?
I'm going to be honest. Y'all know me. I'm a football guy. I don't know none of them boys, so I'm going to leave that to y'all. But if I know anything about sports, usually the class that does not get the most hype is usually the class that terrorizes the league. Just from what I've seen in sports.
They said 2011 was a bad draft in the NBA, and it was not.
Them boys,
that's Kawhi, PG,
and literally, if you look at the list of the guys that drafted 20, I think there's a bunch of really solid guys. I think the only two that aren't in the league now is like Kemba, and I think that's it. Everybody else from that class is still playing.
Yeah, 2011 is crazy.
Yeah, so it's like
Clay, Kyrie,
like it's
Paul George, Kawhi.
It's crazy. So it's usually those classes where them boys don't get a lot of media presence. I feel like it's beneficial not only to the young players because now it's like there's not much of
there's not too much like pressure.
We can just ball.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably, even though I don't know anything, I can't wait for the future because I think the next 5 years for the NBA is going to be very crucial to where the league goes. The next 5 years, LeBron's going to retire. The next 5 years, a lot of the guys we grew up watching are going to retire.
Yeah, it's really the foundational years for the next 20
years.
KD
and all of them going.
I think Wemby, after Wemby's class, the next 3 draft classes will determine a lot for the NBA. So I'm very excited to see what the young guys from this class are going to do. Because, again, just from me watching a lot of sports, it's usually those classes where there's not a lot of expectations for those guys picked that end up terrorizing and really being the heart and soul of the league. So I'm excited to see what them boys do. But if you wanted me to tell you anything about them, I don't even know.
Yeah. I mean, I like Rob.
Yeah, Rob.
I think Rob he in a good spot. Learning behind Mike Conley. He already a good scorer. His issues probably a little smaller on the smaller side, but sitting behind Mike Conley, who's a small guard as well, who had like a long career, I feel like it's definitely gonna do him like some
the
help.
Wolves did need a shot creator, so
so I'm saying I feel like it's gonna do him some help. I feel like him and Ant, I feel like they can probably mesh really well.
And earlier you was talking about Zach on the
Zach Edey. I like that move a lot.
I did see that. I see with a vision. I don't really care for Edey game. I know he won National Player of the Year, and everybody was.
I like that move a lot.
I feel like rim protection wise on defensive tip, the potential is there for sure.
Yeah,
but the potential is there for sure.
I feel like what I like the most about him is from like if you look at his like from freshman year to now, like the game, like he grew so much. Like he got so much better. So I feel like all that tells me is this is a guy that
grind.
He's a grinder.
Yeah.
He's worked. You know what I'm saying? He worked. So I feel like with Ja, he don't have to be the main focus, which he was in Purdue. You don't even have to be the second focus, bro. He can sit behind. Not even the fourth. Honestly,
you don't have to do too much.
You got Bane, you got Ja, and you got JJ. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like learning kind of defensive, like the little nuances of it from Jaren Jackson. Really just rolling to the basket, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't be surprised if he has a very similar rookie year to like Chet.
And it's Steven Jackson. Not Steven Jackson. It's Steven
Adams.
Is he still there?
Yeah, he was hurt all year.
Yeah, so learning behind Steven Adams, who defensively kind of can be the same type of, you know what I'm saying, player in the defense. Bro, learn behind him.
That's a really good pick.
Bro, I feel like it's a good pick for him, bro. Literally, bro, you just setting picks for Ja, bro, and rolling to the basket. 7-5, putting the ball. But that's boosting your confidence, bro. Eventually, he gonna get a 3-ball. Bro, I feel like he can be a good player. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's gonna be a good one.
I feel like he's a really good player. Marc Gasol-esque type, where it's like maybe not exactly.
But I see what you. That's in terms of being
crazy calm. In terms of being like, you know what I'm saying, defensive, like just in the middle of it, holding offense. He can put the ball in his hand right, like where Jokic is, and you know what I'm saying, maneuver around and things like that. That's what I want to see.
I can definitely say there's a lot to build off of when it comes to him. So I can see it.
Yeah,
I can definitely see it. So moving on, we're gonna touch on the WNBA. Have y'all watched a few games from the season?
Typed in the highlights.
All right, so like first topic is rookies. Angel Reese has been pretty pretty good.
Balling out of control, yeah.
Great.
Multiple
Balling out of control.
double-doubles, playing well. Where do you think her ceiling is, or what do you think she's going to...
She can be one of the best players in the league. She can be MVP.
She can be the next one.
Yeah, she can be the next one. I'm done. She can be next Asian. Yeah. She got ranked. No. Yeah, she got ranked for sure.
But that's really high ceiling. Wilson is a really high ceiling.
Asia Wilson's been hooping
for a long time.
But like,
that's a hell of a ceiling.
Like right there. Like,
I feel like, but this is kind of the beauty
fast.
of the era we're in. I think we said this last time. When you're so young, you getting the bump shoulders of all these greats. It's only gonna make you greater. Like, so yeah, Angel's potential is up there for sure.
And she's improving pretty fast.
Yeah,
too.
very fast. Like from her first game, and again, I've only watched highlights. I haven't been able to catch a full WNBA game because I swear ESPN don't have them joints. Like,
bro, they don't have.
it's
Bro,
not
they
on
be
cable.
having on
They
them
be
little.
they be having them games
They
on
be
the
having on them
randomest
little
network.
niche like
We just gotta see them in
stuff.
person.
Yeah, like you would have to catch a WNBA in person. Like it's so hard for me to find a WNBA game on like national TV. So like I can catch whatever highlights I can. And from what I've seen as the season has progressed, she's definitely gotten better. Definitely understanding the game. Caitlin Clark is getting bullied like all.
No, she's not.
Bro,
She's a dog.
She's a dog, but I don't know. I'm a very big body language guy. You could tell whenever she steps on the court. I'm talking about coaches too. Yeah, we're not gonna let you do none of that shit you thought you was doing in the
All
college.
right, is that like a factor of like the fact that they just bullying her and stuff like that and focus on her? Is that more so a fact that Indiana just isn't a good team and they haven't been a good team for the past few years?
that's what I feel
That's
like.
what it
That's
is.
probably.
It's not. I don't think. I also think it's like. I don't think it's really. No one's talking about this, but you're 100% right. I don't think it's actually her star power at all. I think it's the team is bad, and y'all been bad for the last couple of years.
The thing
It's
that
like,
was
it's
and
like
only-
her
and
and,
just-
what's
and
her
just
name,
be-
Aaliyah Boston.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah,
it.
and just because,
Bro.
and I think Aaliyah was the #1 pick overall too.
Yeah.
So it's like y'all been bad for so many years. We don't care that y'all got Caitlin Clark. We still finna pummel y'all.
Bro,
Y'all having Caitlin Clark just makes it worse.
But what's surprising to me though is that like I feel like since I don't know when they knew they had the #1 pick. I don't know when Indiana was like, okay, we're getting the #1 pick.
Yeah.
And Caitlin's gonna be our pick. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean that happens in NFL too, where it's like
happens in all sports.
yeah, like you know,
like,
everybody knew Caitlin
was going #1.
Yeah,
Even
so
me
it's
hating,
like,
I knew he was going
so
#1.
I feel like the thing that was confusing with me was whenever you seen Caitlin Clark, you knew she I wouldn't say she was a raw product, but like there was a lot of room that like.
you saw you there's
Bro, because these
improvement.
organizations, they know so much. They know so much about the player. They can see, okay, she's a real fiery person. She can use a veteran presence in the locker room. So what's confusing to me is like at Indiana, like at what point when you knew you had the #1 pick, you didn't go like, we should put a veteran in this locker room.
We should start building
get
around her
somebody-
now.
We should get somebody, maybe not even build like get all the pieces because it's a work in progress. You obviously not gonna be a contender off the rip, but at least let's get the foundational pieces. Let's get like somebody in here where it can like coach. Like we were just talking about with Mike Conley with Rob Dillingham. It was like obviously Rob at the gates isn't gonna be like lighting it up, but let's get somebody who can like, hey bro, this is how you do it. You know what I mean? We're a smaller guard. Attack right here, shoot right here. This is where you want to kick. You know what I'm saying? It's like to at least
give
start
some of the
putting those
little
pieces.
Yeah,
They didn't
nuggets.
add that.
How you said that? Because I seen a video of Lily just the other day where they was like interviewing Caitlin Clark, and it was like, was there any like vets from other teams that was giving you advice or nothing? She was like, nah, nobody's giving me no type of advice. So
She
it's
got
like,
that problem.
yeah, that thing is just missing in general for her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a problem. But like, I mean, she's gonna be alright. I think she's still really good.
Yeah,
She
for
probably
sure.
gonna win Rookie of the Year.
I mean, I don't know. The way Angel been playing, I don't know.
I think she's still gonna win. I think Caitlin's still gonna win. I think it's gonna be like how Melo and Braun was, where it's like even though Melo might have had slightly the better season, it's off the strength of the media campaign and things of that nature. I think Caitlin balling.
Wait,
though.
what's Caitlin numbers looking like right now? Right?
She's actually doing.
She like damn near one of the
first.
first. I seen something. She
Doing
like one of the first people to ever average what she averaging
She's doing job
as a rookie.
Let's
As a
see.
rookie. But the one thing I like about Angel though, I gotta say is that I feel like she's not afraid to ask questions.
16, 5,
Yeah, she's
and
doing
6.
decent. She's doing decent. Yeah.
And I think she get like 2 blocks a game. Too.
Yeah, she's doing job decent. Yeah.
Let me see.
Just give it time, bro.
It just showed the
She about to be a
regular
terror.
stats.
Yeah, that's the one thing I like about Angel. She's not afraid to ask questions. I feel like a lot of time after the games, you'll see Angel talking and chopping it up with the vets and things of that nature.
Yeah,
She
but
like
just
building like a real camaraderie.
She
Compared
averaging
to
6
Caitlin,
turnovers, but I mean, it is what it is.
That's
it
a
is
game.
It is
what it is. At that
But yeah,
Yeah, but-
kind of to piggyback, I think Angel's gonna be actually the foundation for a lot of what the league wants to breed in terms of like a prototype kind of player. Her and Caitlin, I can see it. We got Watkins coming in next year. She's gonna set that kind of
Paige.
Paige.
Paige,
She's gonna set that kind of standard too. There's a lot of young boys, like young girls, excuse
I'm
me.
so
that,
excited
You know what I mean?
for
So
the
it's
sport.
like, I personally think that the WNBA needs to take the marketing tip into overdrive, like now, like get these women in front of everybody, like now, so we can start getting used to them. So
I think they're like 2-3 years away from because they were in every year they're kind of like in the red.
Yeah,
I think they're like 2-3 years away from making
money, making a legit profit.
Yeah, for sure.
And I would like to see how like an Angel Reese or a Caitlin Clark can like play a role into that. Because again, you saying this, Asia Wilson been doing this for a long time. She one of the stars. I know who Asia Wilson is, and I ain't really watched WNBA like that. So
it's not now she getting the credit from. Like,
she's just now finally getting her flowers, but she been a dog. She been one of the ones.
Been winning too.
Been winning. She's a super winner. So it's like from college, and she's a dumb winner. Oh yeah, from South Carolina all the way up, she's a super winner. So it's like it's one of those things where I kind of want to see if the WNBA will take advantage of like what's going on, because like just us talking about it let y'all know like the atmosphere for the game is different. Like, you know what I mean? Like ball is ball now. Like no one cares about all the extra semantics. We talking about ball. So the NBA and the WNBA I think need to do a much better job of really working together to push the WNBA. So a lot of the Angel Reese's, a lot of the Clarks, that aren't known, because I feel like those kind of ball players are there, just don't nobody know about them. Maybe not at that same level of skill, but I'm talking about that level of competitiveness. Because I feel like to get to that point, you gotta be a dog, bro. I'm not
you're saying. Like, I feel like a lot of like the little niche players that we might know in the NBA, like aren't known. Like the I can't think I wouldn't say Draymond, because Draymond is Draymond. But I guess that like Draymond kind of like a niche player though. We don't like know though. I feel like with WNBA you only know like the stars.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is the Kaylin, Angel,
you see what I'm saying?
Sue Bird, who just retired. You know what I'm saying? The Daniel Taurasi, the Angel Woods. Like you only know the stars. Like you those like really niche players
the nuance to the players
who might not be the greatest, but they're.
But you see what I'm saying? Yeah, and it's like I think that's what's really more important to me right now. That's what I've been noticing about the WNBA. Like just the young bloods getting in there, like that young energy getting in there from the guys, from women, that's been in the league for 3-5 years. It's oddly enough, it's forcing them to be inspired when they play, because you're already inspired to play because you love basketball. So now when you got a young up and comer trying to take, I don't want to say they trying to take all you worked for, but
it's the competitive.
You're playing at the highest level.
And playing well against them gonna put your name out there too.
And I think that's what the Kaylin thing is, bro.
Exactly.
Like, back to like people talking about the Kaylin hate and stuff. I don't think it's jealousy.
I don't think it's jealousy.
And if it is jealousy, I feel like that has such a negative connotation where people think it's like, oh, I hate you. I don't think it's hate. It's just bro, like this person think they gonna come in the league and take my lunch.
It's not happening, bro.
And that's okay.
And
I think that's perfectly fine.
Every competitor feels
I think that is perfectly fine, bro.
That's what the game is. That's what the game needs.
Same thing happened with Braun when Braun got drafted.
They was hating on him bad.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's just the way athletes, competitors, like that's the way
how
you
should think. As what if you've made it to this point as anything, honestly. If you're at the 1%, you should feel this way.
Yeah, I don't know what they expect them to do. Like, you want them to just be like, oh yeah, we respect you.
Yeah, because I hate that jealousy. It's almost like, bro, all right, you say you like almost like the media keeps driving Kaylin, and I think she is everything the media is saying she is.
Yes.
But like the way the media is hyping, I feel like from the other players' point of view, it's like they saying you this, they saying you that. Prove it to me.
Because I've been here and I've done this.
Like, just do it
for
against
a long
me.
time too. Like
you do it against all them other people. Do it against me. So I like it. I'm a fan of it. I think it's good for the sport, and clearly it is. Because I mean, like viewership has went crazy, and that's.
And again, I wasn't watching basketball till 4 years ago, and I'm already tapped into WNBA. That's beauty right there. So yeah.
They just need to do better with the streaming, please. I tried to watch the Aces and Sky game. It was on some like
Marcus TV.
Some niche network that you had to pay for. Like,
who is Marquise?
Let's do better this time. Let's do better next year. But yeah, WNBA is growing. We love to see it, and we love the competitiveness. So keep it on. But moving on, so we're gonna touch on football before we end the pod today. So for now, for the first topic is, do you guys think the QB market is overpaid?
I think it needs to be its own separate portion of the cap at this point.
No, that's dumb. But I understand your thought process, but no, don't do that because teams will make it worse. No. I think the problem is it is very hard to evaluate quarterbacks. That's all it is. It's very hard. You'll see a quarterback have 5 great games, and you'll think he can be a franchise guy.
Mm-hmm.
Whole time he's average.
Yeah, and I feel like we're at a point, too, where it's like, I feel like teams don't handicap because the quarterback position has never been as important as it is now.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy enough because, like, I feel like with Nick Foles won the Super Bowl, like,
was that not a clue, guys? When Joe Flacco won his, did y'all not think at one second, like, oh,
and they was balling. Like it wasn't like me. I feel like mediocre quarterback play to win a Super Bowl was kind of like dead. Like it's not really.
Yeah, that Trent Dilfer kind of swag is over. We're not doing that.
Yeah, I don't think you can do that necessarily no more. I feel like the last quarterback who was able to do it, ironically enough, was Brady. And I mean in terms of he purposely did it. It wasn't like he did it. I'm talking about the Rams Super Bowl, where it's like he purposely was like this. We gonna just take it slow. We gonna dink and dunk and
literally like 5 yards, 3 yards. Yeah, drive
I feel like that era where you could just game manage and win a Super Bowl is kind of like
it's high key, low key dead. Like if you want to win a ring, and that's what I'm saying. If you want to win a ring, you gotta have a quarterback. That's why everyone's overpaying for quarterback.
A good one.
And a good one, yes.
Very good.
He doesn't need to be the best.
So does that make it overpaid?
He just needs to be comparable, huh?
Does that make it overpaid, though?
Yes, in a sense.
Go off my bad.
No, you go ahead.
So, yes in a way, because it's like there is no nuance anymore to what is a good quarterback anymore. Because, again, mind you, I'm a guy that loves Stafford. I've thought Stafford was a top 5, top 10 quarterback his entire career. Nothing else, nothing more. And he's always been that good. He has a Super Bowl to prove it, too. Granted, the defense he had was insane and was probably one of the best defenses of the 2020, so 2019-ish. So you can understand why I say that, because Stafford is not getting paid Jared Goff money.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And he has a Super Bowl. Goff is made Super Bowls.
Yeah, but he hasn't.
But he doesn't have the rings to prove, or I can say the career success to prove how much you paid him. Trevor Lawrence is my guy.
He definitely don't.
I'll be honest. Trevor has one playoff game that he's won. There's no reason he should be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. So there's no nuance. But again, it boils down to it's very hard to evaluate quarterback. Brock Purdy is going to get paid big money when his time comes. I'm not going to lie to you.
Like $60 million.
He's going to get paid a big bag when his time comes.
The 49ers going to lose everybody.
And I want everybody to know the only way this issue gets resolved is one of these high-paid quarterbacks just fall off a freaking cliff. It has to be one of the worst drop-offs we've ever seen that forces the league to be like, all right, we can't pay y'all like this no more.
Or they start winning Super Bowls with mediocre quarterback play.
That's going to make it worse, honestly.
Yeah, that's the only way. I mean, that's going to drop it down because they're going to be like, we don't need to pay.
I can see what you're saying, too. I see what you're saying, too. Yeah,
because we're going to feel like we don't need to pay this guy.
No, we can just get him in.
But,
that makes sense.
But teams like the 49ers would have to win. It'd have to be like stuff where, you just have a really solid unit around the quarterback and you win with that. But I don't see the market getting reversed.
Niners have shown me that don't matter, though, because they've had that a couple years and
it
doesn't matter.
So.
But the thing is,
you go ahead.
The reason the Niners haven't won yet is because of quarterback play. Ironically enough,
both
their Super Bowl losses is because their quarterback couldn't show up. I'm not saying Brock played bad. By no means,
he did not have a bad Super Bowl. He did not have a bad Super Bowl.
But when we compare it to elite quarterback play, it just wasn't Allen. It wasn't Lamar. It wasn't Mahomes. It wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Those guys haven't won a ring yet. Mahomes and Allen. But in terms of quarterback play,
they pushing it down the field. That's all it is.
Yeah, I feel like Brock wasn't. That's the reason they lost.
Enough,
and then Jimmy G, it speaks for itself why they lost.
And then also for me, from the outside looking in, when it comes to how the NFL is marketed, it's most of the teams, the face of the team is usually the quarterback. So it's just from that standpoint, it's that makes the contracts even bigger too.
Yeah, and why? Like I said, it's not overpaid. It's hard to say overpaid just because what choice do the teams have? So if they don't pay them, now they out of a quarterback, they don't have anybody.
Correct.
So it's just what the market requires. I wouldn't say it's overpaid. Because if Jacksonville didn't pay Trevor,
exactly.
what's
someone else, it's not even
somebody was going to pay him.
Someone was going to pay him.
Yeah, somebody's going to pay him the money.
That's kind of what it boils down to.
So it's now you out of a quarterback, you don't have anybody. So it's if it works, then it's not overpaid.
And then no one's going to say anything about it.
So it's
but
it rarely works.
The quarterback market it's just kind of interesting to see because quarterback and receivers, it's guys are getting paid that they don't even these tier 2, tier 3 guys getting this kind of money.
Who was that DJ Chark got paid or something?
Chark, I think, did Chark get paid?
One of them got paid.
The Chargers, I know that.
Or it was somebody from the Cardinals that got paid. Some of these receivers would be
okay,
receivers.
Christian Kirk got paid that 1 year.
Christian Kirk, that's what I'm thinking.
It was Christian Kirk that got paid that 1 year.
Gabe Davis got
money.
Back.
Yeah. I think they finna give Pittman I think they just gave Pittman a crazy contract too. He's getting $85 a year.
Being a receiver is so nice, man.
So yeah, quarterback and receiver right now are at a high, which is funny because other positions that are premium positions in my world, like edge rusher and corner, I think there's only a handful of edge rushers that's making $100 million, if that. And that's a really important position.
I feel like the corners should get paid.
And corners definitely should be getting 55 plus. But like
they should get paid like receivers.
And it's kind of funny when a quarterback resets the market. Who cares? All right, they paid him. When a corner resets the market, that's the top 3. That's the top 2, top 3. That's the number 1 guy. And that's how it's supposed to be. But again, evaluating quarterback is so difficult that it's like, give a quarterback 10 great weeks, he's gonna stay on that team for a long time.
Yeah.
So
because it's hard to come by.
It's hard. Yeah. It's very difficult.
All right, sticking on the quarterback topic, this is the last topic of the day. So Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, who do you think you guys would start by week 1?
Russell Wilson.
That's an easy one.
Yeah, it's pretty rich.
Because the reason they brung Justin Fields and Russ together
was for Russ to teach him.
Yeah, they got similar architects. They're very like they're basically the same quarterback almost.
Which is nasty to think about.
But I don't know. I don't think I like it though. But I believe in Justin Fields. I just believe that Chicago shouldn't have moved on for him. But he's at a good spot where he can learn behind Russ and really like be a great quarterback eventually. But I don't know. We'll just have to see.
Yeah, I got Russ. I don't really got much else to. I'm not really a big Justin Fields.
I'm a Ravens fan, so we're gonna spike them boys. So fuck the Steelers. I'm sorry.
All right, looks like that's all the topics we have. Thank you guys for tuning in. Another episode of 5Q. This was episode 9. Thank you for tuning in.
Almost 10.
Again, congrats to the Celtics. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.
Salute.